Hello and welcome, everyone. This is Kaylin's English podcast. This podcast is designed for English learners. I'm here to help you practice your listening skills. I'm Kaylin, a professional English teacher on italki. Today's podcast is going to be a bit longer as I'm going to talk to you about my work experience. It is very common for people in English-speaking countries to ask, "What do you do for a living?" Even total strangers can ask this question. I'm going to share with you my work experience so you might gain some new vocabulary or phrases to express your own work experience. First, let us start with what I currently do for a living. I am an English teacher on italki. My job involves teaching people English as their second language. I teach a variety of people from all over the world. I teach children, teenagers, and adults. I really enjoy my job. Before I became a teacher, I worked in customer service and sales. I've worked in 2 different countries, the United States of America and England. You might be wondering why 2 different countries. Well, I was born in America and lived there for over 24 years. I moved to England back in 2012. When I was still living in America, I worked in a few different companies. While in university, I worked at a restaurant/retail shop, meaning it was primarily a restaurant, but it also had a gift shop. I worked in the gift shop part as a sales associate and cashier. This was my first job, and it was part-time. I sold various things such as rocking chairs, toys, food, candy, clothing, and home goods such as dishes and decorations. I started this job as a senior in high school. I kept it for nearly 6 years, while attending university full-time. Slightly before graduating from university, I started working in bridal. I worked in a bridal shop for nearly 1.5 years. I undertook 2 different roles. My first role was Bridal Consultant. In this role, I sold dresses. Lots and lots of dresses. I assisted brides in finding her dream dress. I also wrangled bridesmaids to find dresses for them to wear to stand with the bride. I also had the privilege to help flower girls, mother of the brides, and mother of the grooms. We also catered to prom girls and special occasions. It was fun coordinating a look for each client and getting to know them. I later on became the person responsible for the inventory flow. This was fun, as I had a big challenge to tackle when I started the role. On occasion, I would still get the opportunity to help customers in this role. I left this company to move to England in the United Kingdom. Otherwise, I probably would have stayed for longer. When I arrived in England, I did not have a job. It took me a few months to find my job. My first 2 jobs in England were in customer service and sales in the cell phone or mobile phone industry. These jobs were only part-time. In less than a year, I found an elevated full-time sales job in the fashion industry. This job involved training other employees, being knowledgeable with products, understanding trends, and of course, sales. I did this job for about 4 years before going back into bridal. I was happy to be back in the bridal industry and was relieved to be selling wedding dresses once again. I unfortunately could not stay with this company for very long, as I ended up moving to a new city where they did not have a location in. In the new city, it took a couple of months to find a new job, and when I did, it was part-time, and it was in a home improvement store. I enjoyed this job as the people I worked with were nice, and it was fairly easy for me to do the job. It allowed me to get a bit of exercise as I lifted some heavy items, walked, and stood all day. I left this job after not even 2 months as I found a new full-time job. I was customer service advisor at a car dealership. This job involved working with customers daily over the phone or on the internet. I did a lot of administrative tasks as well. I enjoyed the people I worked for and with. They were really kind. I did this job for nearly 2 years before I left. Before resigning, I became certified in teaching English as a foreign language, which involved internet courses and in-person weekend sessions. After completing this certification, I decided I needed to advance my skills, knowledge, and career even further. I decided to get my master's degree in applied linguistics. I started teaching while studying, and I have not looked back as I enjoy my job. This podcast is a new adventure for me, and you can also consider me to be a podcaster. To recap, I have worked in sales and customer service previously. I also went to university where I received an undergraduate degree in business communications. I'm a certified English as a foreign language teacher, and I have a certification in teaching IELTS. I have a master's degree in applied linguistics, and my current roles are professional English language teacher and podcaster. What I have shared with you today is not all of the jobs that I have had over the years. They are just the main ones. I've also been a call center sales associate, a bank teller, and when I was a teenager, a babysitter. I have worn many different hats over the years, but the current ones I am wearing seem to fit me much better. I can tell you that I have not enjoyed all of my jobs. My least favorite job was when I worked in telesales. This job had many negative aspects about it, such as people saying mean things to me and even threatening me. I also had to stay on the phone and computer constantly, as I had to make a certain amount of phone calls per hour. It was not very fun or easy. One time, I had a customer say that they were going to find me and hurt me. We were only allowed 15 minutes for our break, which made it difficult to eat and go to the restroom, plus relax before returning to your desk. I only worked there for a little over 2 months, and I could not have been happier to leave. Another one of my least favorite things that I had to do was clean public restrooms. When I worked at the restaurant/retail store, we had to check the public restrooms every half hour. There are plenty of horror stories that I could share with you about that experience. I am so glad that my jobs since have not involved cleaning or unclogging publicly used toilets. I could share some other unpleasant experiences from my other jobs, but I'm running out of time. What do you do for a living? Are you a teacher as well? Are you currently a student? Are you in IT? Are you a manager? Do you own your own business? Do you work in customer service? Are you a professional athlete, an actor, a painter, a social media influencer? There are many different jobs out there. I hope whatever it is you are doing, you enjoy it. Life is too short to be unhappy with your work. Finding your passion can be difficult, but it is worth it. I hope you enjoyed listening to my work experience, and I hope you have gained some new vocabulary and phrases. I also hope that you don't have many work horror stories like I do. That is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like more content, then please subscribe to this podcast. You can also support me on Patreon. Find me by typing in Kaylin Teacher. On Patreon, you can gain early access to the podcast and transcriptions. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Kaylin_teacher. Thank you for listening. I hope you all have a great day. Until next time, bye!